Hi, it's Ian. Welcome to More Clients TV. In this episode, we'll be looking at one of the critical factors that helps you build a deeper relationship quicker with your potential clients. But it's one that most people get absolutely the wrong way around. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Hey, welcome back. Look, you know that before anyone's going to buy high-value services from you, you're going to need to build a relationship with them based on credibility and trust. And normally that takes time. But some relationships just seem to click almost instantly. Now, in their book, surprisingly named Click, Ori and Ron Brafman studied what it was that made some relationships work faster than others and still stand the test of time. They looked at romantic relationships, friendships, creative partnerships, business relationships, but obviously we're going to look at how to apply those lessons to building relationships with potential clients. If you get the chance though, do read the book. It's a great read and it'll really help you. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to building deep relationships, I've never really felt very comfortable. I'm great when I'm on firm ground, like technical stuff, how to do marketing. But when it comes to building a close relationship with a potential client, I've always felt a little bit, well, I guess hesitant really, not really sure what to do, what's appropriate. Now, one of the stories the Brafmans talk about in Click is really quite instructive for those of us who aren't natural relationship builders. The story's about Greg Sansier, who's a highly successful hostage negotiator. He goes into those incredibly tough situations. The guy he's negotiating with is probably on his third strike, so nothing to lose. Probably a gang member who's expected to go out in a blaze of bullets. So you'd think that Sansier would play hardball. He'd threaten them with all the gunpowder facing them, what would happen to them if they didn't give up. But that just doesn't work with hardened gang members. Instead, Sansier looks for some kind of common bond. In the case mentioned in the book, he says to the hostage taker, "Once I went through a tough situation myself, not like yours, but I remember like when my mother died." And the guy says, "What, your mother died?" And they take it from there. It changed the whole situation. It was a point of common emotional ground. Hours later, the guy's walking out without his gun and the hostage is safe. But what changed everything was when Sansier opened up. He showed vulnerability. Now, at Harvard Business School, Professor Youngmi Moon did an experiment that touched on the same point. She programmed a computer to ask very personal questions to people about their biggest disappointments, things that had hurt them in the past. Now, as you'd expect, given they were being asked by a computer, the subjects in the test didn't disclose much information. Sometimes they lied. But when she reprogrammed the computer to reveal weaknesses itself, saying things like, "Sometimes this computer crashes for reasons that are not apparent to the users, and it does so at the most inconvenient times, causing great inconvenience. What have you done in your life that makes you them feel the most guilty about?" Well, people were much more revealing. They talked about resenting their parents or their sexual habits, all sorts of deeper information that no one revealed to the original program. And afterwards, when she asked them about the program, they said it was very likeable, warm and friendly. So one of the keys to getting people to open up and deepen your relationships is to be vulnerable yourself and reveal your feelings, insecurities, doubts. And of course, that's the last thing that most of us do. We feel we've got to maintain this professional image to seem like we know exactly what we're doing all the time. There can't be any chinks in our armour. And that behaviour actually pushes people away from us. Now, if you want to bring people towards you, you've got to be more human. Now, I don't mean you spend all your time sobbing and saying, "Woe is me." The core of what you do is always going to be about adding value to your clients and building your credibility. But every now and then, you can do it in a way which reveals a bit more about who you are. The very first time I did this was in an email that all my new subscribers get called "Hope is Not a Strategy." In it, I talk about some of the challenges I faced when I set up my own business, how frustrated I was and how worried I was that I just wouldn't be able to make it. Now, normally the emails you get when you subscribe to newsletters are all about how you can make 6 figures in the blink of an eyelid or push a button and get 1 million new subscribers. But when I opened up on email, what I got was people responding, emailing me back, telling me how they felt just the same, how they felt like a fraud at times, putting on this brave face but not being sure they were going to make it. It really built my relationship with those people. I did it a little bit again at the start of this video, talking about how I'm not a natural relationship builder. I don't think that damaged my credibility. In fact, for some people watching, they probably thought, well, he's a bit like me, I should listen to him. So think about how you can do that yourself. Take your own truth and experiences and see how you can be more open in sharing that vulnerability. And I'll see you on the next episode of More Clients TV.